GST Solution. My name is Rushik Desai. Today we are going to discuss registration under GST. So today we will discuss who are liable to take registration under GST, who are not liable to take registration under GST, who are liable to take compulsory registration under GST, what is the procedure for amendment in GST, what is the procedure to get registration under GST, what is the procedure for cancellation of GST, under what circumstances your cancellation is done by the proper officer in GST, and what are the conditions for revocation of your cancelled registration. These all sections and all provisions are given in section number 22 to section number 30 of Central Goods and Service Tax Act. Friends, section number 22 says persons who are liable to take registration under GST. There are 4 conditions given, and all the persons mentioned in these sections are liable to take registration under GST. Condition number 1, any person who is making taxable supplies in a state or a union territory whose aggregate turnover exceeds 20 lakhs rupees is liable to take registration in GST. Also, the states which are into special category states, for example Assam, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Tripura, Telangana, Arunachal Pradesh, for all these states the turnover limit is given is 10 lakh rupees. So if your transaction or if your turnover exceeds 10 lakhs rupees, then in special category states you are liable to take registration. The list of special category states is given in Article 279A, that is subclause G of clause number 4. There are 11 states which are given for which the transaction, that is turnover limit for registration in GST is 10 lakhs rupees. But friends, there is one amendment in this clause. In notification number 10/2019, the threshold limit for registration of a person who is exclusively dealing in supply of goods is increased to 40 lakhs rupees. So now the person who is exclusively dealing in goods have to cross 40 lakhs rupees threshold, then only he is liable to take registration in GST. But friends, one thing should be noted, that this notification, this is applicable only for person who is exclusively dealing in the goods. For services the limit is still 20 lakh rupees. So if you are doing a supply of services and your transaction threshold limit increase 20 lakh rupees, you are liable to take registration in GST. Similarly, for the states who are into special category, for those states also, if they are dealing in goods or if they are dealing in services, but if they want to increase that threshold limit, then they can give their recommendations to the council, and based on the recommendation of council, Government of India can increase the turnover of these states also to 20 lakhs rupees. In this case, it is irrespective whether you are dealing in goods or whether you are dealing in the services. This is condition number 1. Now condition number 2 is any person who is holding registration certificate, that is registration in existing indirect tax structure, say for example excise, say for example service tax, VAT, etc. तो ये जो पर्सन्स है, इन लोग को जीएसटी में आने के बाद क्या नया 40 lakhs का, 20 lakhs का या 10 lakhs का एज द केस में भी लिमिट दिया जाएगा या नहीं दिया जाएगा? द आंसर इज नो. अगर आपके पास प्रीवियस इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स सिस्टम में कोई भी रजिस्ट्रेशन है, देन इट इज डीम्ड दैट यू आर लायबल एंड यू आर रजिस्टर्ड अंडर जीएसटी ऑल्सो. उनको नया लिमिट नहीं दिया गया है. एग्जिस्टिंग को जो उनका इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट था, सेपरेट क्रेडिट था, वो पूरा जीएसटी में ट्रांसफर कर दिया गया है. सो दिस इज कंडीशन नंबर 2. Condition number 3 is when your business, that is when the transferor is transferring the business to the transferee. It means the transferor जो business transfer कर रहा है उसको अपना registration cancellation में देना पड़ेगा. He will have to cancel his registration and the transferee will have to obtain a new GST certificate, new GST registration from Government of India, that is from GST. This is condition number 3. Condition number 4 says when by any order of High Court or tribunal there is amalgamation of the company, there is a demerger of the company, and by that order of the High Court or the tribunal, as the case may be, the registrar of the companies, that is ROC, gives you certificate of incorporations to the new company, then that new company needs to take registration in GST. This is the conditions, and these are the conditions which are given for registration under GST. Now we will study who are the persons who are not liable to take registration in GST. There are four conditions given. Condition number 1, persons dealing in goods which are not taxable in GST. For example, alcohol, for example, petrol. These are the things which are out of the ambit of GST, and hence it is no required, and for those persons it is not required that they should enroll under GST. Condition number 2, persons who are dealing exclusively in the supply of exempted good or services. Government of India says if you are dealing in exempted goods or services, in any case you are not going to pay taxes and you will be not eligible to take input tax credit also. So there is no requirement for getting registration also in GST, and hence these persons are also exempted from GST. Condition number 3. Condition number 3 में बोला गया है कि farmer, but it is restricted to the limit where he cultivates out of his land. If farmer is engaged in any other activity, he will definitely be eligible and liable to take registration in GST. But if a farmer is exclusively producing out of his cultivated land, उसको GST में registration लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. Condition number 4, government on the recommendation of council specify certain person or a class of person to whom these conditions will not apply. गवर्नमेंट बोलेगी कि ये लोग को जीएसटी में रजिस्ट्रेशन लेने का जरूरत नहीं है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ पर्सन हु इज exclusively dealing in the supply of services on which RCM is applicable. It means the person who receives the goods will have to pay tax to the department. Who is giving services, he will not be paying tax to the department, and hence government says such persons are not liable to take registration in GST. Now these are the conditions wherein person will not eligible to get enrolled under GST. Now we will study what are the conditions and who are the persons who should compulsorily enroll under GST. उनको लेना ही है GST में registration. They are not given an option. उनको ऑप्शन नहीं है कि ये मैं रजिस्ट्रेशन कराऊं या नहीं कराऊं. So what are those kinds of people? First, any transactions of interstate supply of goods. Please note, I am specifically telling goods. If you are telling and if you are selling goods interstate, for example from Gujarat to Haryana, from Gujarat to Karnataka, then from the very first day you will be liable to take registration in GST. Means इसमें आपको turnover का limit नहीं check करना है. Government is not asking you to tell them turnover limit. They are saying irrespective of your turnover, please enroll under GST. आपको goods and service tax में registration लेना ही पड़ेगा. Second, casual taxable person and the non-resident taxable person who are not holding the fixed place of business in India. इन लोगों को भी गवर्नमेंट ने बताया है कि इवन दो यू आर नॉट लायबल, बट इफ यू आर डीलिंग एनी काइंड्स ऑफ सर्विसेज एंड इफ यू डू नॉट हैव एनी फिक्स्ड प्लेस ऑफ एस्टैब्लिशमेंट इन इंडिया, इन सच सर्कमस्टेंसेस आल्सो आपको 100% जीएसटी में रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना ही है. थर्ड, पर्सन हु इज लायबल टू पे टैक्स अंडर रिवर्स चार्ज मैकेनिज्म. जैसे पहले सेक्शन में हमने पढ़ा कि जो प्रोवाइडर है उसको टैक्स नहीं पे करना है, रिसिपिएंट को पे करना है. सो हियर गवर्नमेंट इज सेइंग कि इफ यू आर पर्सन हु आर लायबल टू पे टैक्स अंडर रिवर्स चार्ज मैकेनिज्म, देन प्लीज गेट एनरोल अंडर जीएसटी बिकॉज फ्रॉम यू विल बी लायबल टू पे टैक्स. आपके पास से हम टैक्स रिकवरी करने वाले हैं. थर्ड, अ पर्सन हु इज अंडर इनपुट सर्विस डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर. इनपुट सर्विस डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर को भी जीएसटी में कंपलसरी रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना पड़ता है. फोर्थ, एनी पर्सन हु इज डीलिंग इन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉमर्स ऑपरेटर, दैट इज अमेजॉन एंड ऑल, दे आर आल्सो लायबल टू टेक रजिस्ट्रेशन इन जीएसटी. ऑनलाइन इंफॉर्मेशन एंड डेटाबेस रिट्रीवेबल सर्विसेज लाइक नेटफ्लिक्स एंड एक्सेट्रा. These persons also do not hold any place of establishment in India, but since they are providing services here, government have emphasized these people to take registration under GST, and these people are compulsory liable to take registration in GST. Now we will study what is the procedure for GST registration. Very simple friends, it is very easy steps. Just few things should be taken care. If you want to take registration in GST, just log on to the government website www.gst.gov.in, wherein you will be specifically directed to the registration pages. आपको रजिस्ट्रेशन पेज पे जाके आपका प्राइमरी इंफॉर्मेशन सब देना है, बट दिस इंफॉर्मेशन यू मस्ट गिव बिफोर 30 डेज ऑफ स्टार्टिंग ऑफ योर बिजनेसेस। अगर आपको लग रहा है कि मेरा 20 लाख के ऊपर बढ़ गया है टर्नओवर, 40 लाख के ऊपर बढ़ गया है टर्नओवर, एज द केस में बी, प्लीज प्रोवाइड योर इंफॉर्मेशंस टू द डिपार्टमेंट बिफोर 30 डेज ऑफ योर रजिस्ट्रेशन। आपको रजिस्ट्रेशन में दो पार्ट करना है, पार्ट 1 and part 2. Part 1 is preliminary information, wherein they will ask your name, address and everything. They will also ask the PAN card, they will also ask your mobile number, registered email ID, and in part 2 you will have to upload all the relevant and supporting documents. Now department, that is government, will also verify the documents which you are giving. For example, your mobile number. So mobile number they will try to validate it with the system and with the help of OTP. आप OTP डाल देंगे तो गवर्नमेंट मान लेगी कि ये आपका ही मोबाइल नंबर है और आपको रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर दे देगी। Then in case of PAN number, your PAN number will be getting validated from CBDT, वो सेंट्रल बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्ट टैक्स ने आपको अलॉट किया है PAN नंबर, तो सेंट्रल बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्ट टैक्स से आपका PAN कार्ड नंबर ले लेगी। थर्ड, now if any person who compulsorily is not eligible for registration but he wants to opt voluntarily, उसको वॉलेंटरी रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना है, सो फ्रेंड्स इन दिस केस आप वॉलेंटरीली रजिस्ट्रेशन भी ले सकते हो, गवर्नमेंट आपको मना नहीं करती है। आप प्रिलिमिनरी इंफॉर्मेशन जो भी आपने डिस्कस किया है वो आप डाल दो, एंड दिस इंफॉर्मेशन आफ्टर सबमिटिंग ऑन द पोर्टल, department officer, that is proper officer, will take 3 working days and will provide you with the relevant information. If he is satisfied with the relevant information, he will provide you the GST registration certificate in GST RFD 06. But in case he is not satisfied, then within 7 days he will give you a notice in writing that you please furnish extra evidences and extra documentations in support of your claim so that we can allot you a registration number. After getting a notice in within 7 days, you are also having a time of 7 days to reply to that proper officer कि हाँ मेरे को रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना है, आपने जो नोटिस दिया था उसमें इतना इतना आपने लूपहोल बताया था, I am herewith submitting extra evidences to you, and if after considering these the proper officer is satisfied, he will allocate you the GST registration number in form GST RFD 06. But in case after your relevant information and evidence still the department, that is still the proper officer is not satisfied, he will simply reject your application and you will have to apply it for a fresh. This is the condition and this is the procedure for GST registration. Now what if even though you had done everything compliance in time, but even though the department officer is not allotting you the GST RFD 06, that is आपको registration number नहीं दे रहे हैं within the timeline specified, for example 7 days, अगर आपने 7 दिन में डिपार्टमेंट ऑफिसर को प्रॉपर ऑफिसर को इंफॉर्मेशन दे दिया है, but he is not giving you the RFD number in within 3 working days also he is not giving you the number in the normal sense, then in this case it will be deemed that आपका GST रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर एनरोल हो गया है, आपका GST रजिस्टर्ड हो गया है। गवर्नमेंट विल गिव यू अ स्पेसिफिक रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ 7 वर्किंग डेज, वो 7 दिन की मोहलत के बाद आपको GST नंबर आपका एक्टिवेट हो गया है, ये डीम करना है, समझ ही जाना है कि मेरा GST रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर हो गया है। These provisions are given in section number 25 and 26. Now we are going to discuss section number 27, that is a special procedure for casual taxable person and non-resident taxable person. What are the conditions for these two people? What do you mean by these two people? So casual taxable person and non-resident taxable person, these two type of people as earlier discussed are not having any fixed place of establishment in India, hence government is doubting them कि ये टैक्स कैसे भरेंगे, हम इनसे टैक्स कैसे वसूलात करेंगे। So government is very strict on these people and hence government had told to these kind of people that before starting any business or before affecting any transactions, you will have to take a GST registration within 5 working days, 5 दिन के पहले ही आपको GST registration number दे देना है, and government is more strict in this kind of situation wherein they are asking, government कहती है कि casual taxable person और स्पेशल कैटेगरी ऑफ पर्सन दैट इज नॉन रेसिडेंट टैक्सेबल पर्सन को एडवांस में टैक्स डिपॉजिट कर देना है इन देयर कैश लेजर अकाउंट, और कैश लेजर अकाउंट में टैक्स डिपॉजिट करने के बाद ही दे विल बी एलिजिबल टू डू द ट्रांजैक्शन इन इंडिया. However, if these people are not depositing cash, then GST registration number will not be allocated to these kind of people. And one more condition, that is very important condition, to these kind of two people, government is giving registration number for a validity of only 90 days. ये 90 days तक ही valid रहेगा. If government proper officer says कि नहीं, he has a conditions to be recorded in writing and he has a request from that two person कि नहीं मेरे को extend करके दो, in most cases it will maximum be extended by further 90 days. उसके बाद उन लोगों को रजिस्ट्रेशन एक्सटेंड करके नहीं दिया जाएगा. These are the conditions related to a special category of person, that is a CTP and NRI. Now, what is the conditions for amendment in registration? आपने सेक्शन 25 में रजिस्ट्रेशन ले लिया है, बट डॉक्यूमेंट्स फिल करते टाइम, इंफॉर्मेशंस देने के समय पे आपने कुछ गड़बड़ कर दिया, देयर इज सम टाइपोग्राफिकल एरर, व्हाट शुड बी डन? आपको रजिस्ट्रेशन कैंसिल करना पड़ेगा? नो. अकॉर्डिंग टू सेक्शन 28 you will have to do the amendment of registration, and for this amendment there are two types of amendment which is given with, and that is core and non-core. What is the difference between this core and non-core? So core fields are there in which if you want to make certain amendments like change in the constitution of business, change in the name of the partners, change in the name of the company, so in these kind of fields department is saying that you will have to obtain approval from the proper officer. If he is satisfied with the conditions and records, he will allow you to do amendment in the core field. But if there are very small amendments, mobile number change करना है, email ID change करना है, typographical error in the name of the person, that is authorized person, then these kind of changes can be done by amendment in the non-core field, in which department is not asking you any kind of approval. आप कभी भी इसको amendment कर सकते हो. So these are basically the things for amendment in the GST registration. Now, if you say कि अगर मेरा कोल्ड फील्ड में रजिस्ट्रेशन करना है, what is the timeline? So within 15 days for necessitating the changes. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं मेरा चेंज हो गया है तो 15 दिन में आपको डिपार्टमेंट को इत्तला कर देना है, and within next 15 days department will consider your approval and consider the amendment and will provide you with the amendment registration copy. So this is the conditions for amendment of registration. Now we will be going through section number 29, that is cancellation of registration. In cancellation of registration there are two things, and there are two type of cancellation. One, voluntary cancellation, and second, forced cancellation. Now what is the difference between two? So major difference is voluntary cancellations can be in different scenarios, like your business is discontinued, there is a death of the partner or the sole proprietor, he is no more and hence you want to discontinue your business, you can apply for the cancellation. In case of amalgamation, in case of demerger, in case of change in the constitution of business, पहले sole proprietor था अभी आपको partnership पे करना है, then you will have to cancel the registration in these scenarios. Another is forced cancellation. When department, that is when proper officer feels that there is contraventions of any law, आपने कानून का उल्लंघन किया हुआ है, in that case department will force you to do the cancelled registration. आपका cancel registration करने के लिए department आपको force करेगी कि आपको registration cancel करना ही पड़ेगा. Another case is if you are into composition scheme और आपने लगातार continuously consecutively 3 मंथ का रिटर्न नहीं भरा हुआ है, for 3 consecutive quarters you have defaulted in payment of your return, that is filing of your return, department will cancel your registration. In case you have obtained the GST registration by coercion, undue influence, fraud, in such circumstances also your GST registration will be cancelled. In case you are a normal dealer, आपको मंथली कंप्लायंस करना है, and in this case you have defaulted in filing the return for 6 months, in this case also department will consider that आपका GST registration number हम cancel कर देंगे, but the conditions which is given in cancellation of registration is department will not cancel your registration until and unless they will provide you an opportunity of being heard. आपको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया जाएगा कि भाई हमको ऐसा डाउट है, यू हैव कंट्रावेंशन टू द प्रोविजंस ऑफ लॉ और यू हैव डिफॉल्टेड इन सच प्रोविजंस ऑफ लॉ. Now you come and explain as to why your registration should not be cancelled. You have opportunity of being heard. आप जाके उनको समझाते हो, and if he is convinced, then you fall under section number 30, that is revocation of the cancelled registration. In case आपको रिवोकेशन करना है, डिपार्टमेंट बोल रही है कि आपको करना है और आप बोल रहे हो नहीं नहीं रुक जाइए, गलती हो गया था, हमको रिवोकेशन करना है, so you are eligible to make the revocation. For that also you have to fill the prescribed forms, or in case this case also you will have to obtain the permission of the department officer. If he is satisfied, he will again allot you the registration number. He will revoke your cancellation and will provide you with the GST registration number. But the condition specified here is, in this case also, officer will say that for the period of default, if there is any default in filing of returns, or if there is any default, if there is any output tax liability which needs to be paid by you and you have not paid it, department will force you and will say that no, you pay all this liability before we revoke your registration number. We will revoke your registration number only when your all the outstanding defaulters will be, or outstanding default will be fine. आप पूरा रिटर्न भर दीजिए, पूरा कंप्लाई कर दीजिए लॉ को, वी विल कंसिडर एंड विल बी प्रोवाइड यू विद द रिवोकेशंस ऑफ द रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर. सो फ्रेंड्स, this is all about registration under GST which we have discussed, that is section number 25 to section number 30. I hope this was very informative and useful. Please do subscribe our channel. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.